for over 4 months, or for the last 4 months, the market was totally bearish. See, the market was pushing all the way down. That's the general thing, by the way. Gold has been bearish for the past 4 months. See, but being bearish, it won't guarantee you that you have to go and sell anywhere. Gold is very volatile. There are people who are taking advantage here. They are selling and buying depending on the opportunity which is present on that time. See, but generally, gold has been bearish for a long time. Now, that's the general thing. Now, in order for you to see exactly what is going on around this area, you have to start going to the lower time frames and see exactly what is happening. But bear in mind, if you are to trade gold, then you have to select a very small portion of that market and of course deal with it perpendicular and see exactly what is likely to happen. Maybe after 5 minutes, or let's say 10 minutes to come, or let's say an hour to come. See? So let's go to the weekly time frame. Generally, on the higher time frames, gold is bearish, but from the weekly time frame, from where the market was, or from the area where the market was, if you look at the history behind that, sorry. Okay, sorry. Let's proceed. Let us proceed. Okay, so from the area where gold is, I think you can see clearly, if you look at the history behind that, you can see clearly that it's a very, very potential zone for those people who are looking forward maybe to buy. See, because from this area, the market once started around this area, and then we had that very huge bullish rally all the way upward up to the all-time high of gold, which is $5,600 per ounce. See, but generally, this market is bearish. Generally, this market is bearish. I think everyone can see clearly that the market has been pushing all the way down, pushing all the way down. So let me see if there are some zones which are likely to give us, let's say, some potential opportunities as we go to the lower time frames. This is the clear zone. That's why the market rejected around this area. It's a very, very clear zone. I think you can see also here, it can play out as a zone. Not only there, we also have another zone around this area here. See, around this area here, we have a zone, very, very potential zone. Not only there, but also around this area here, we also have a very potential zone. And from where the bearish rally started from, also this one can play out as a very potential zone. Of course, generally, gold USD is bearish. See, I think you can see clearly this is the very, very huge bearish rally, and the market moved over. These are over almost 10,000 pips. See, the market pushing all the way down. I think you can see clearly. Now, in order for you to trade gold, remember, you are maybe a day trader or someone who wants to scalp this. At the end, you are going to trade from where the market is currently, around this area here. Bearing in mind that the area is giving us a lot of bullish potential because the market once touched around this area and we saw a lot of bullish rally. And I think that's why on this month, the candlestick is still bullish. You see, there is a lot of bullish characteristics around this area. Now, in order for you to see that, you have to go to the lower time frames and see exactly what is going on around this area here. See around that area here. So let's go to the daily time frame and see exactly what is going on. And of course, from the daily time frame, that's where you're going to see at least some market structures. You're going to see how these structures are being created in a very easy way for a bearish market. This is the clear, let's say, low. You see, this is the clear high. This is the clear low. This is the clear high, clear low, clear high, and this was clear low. And as you can see, the market is failing to continue breaking these structures going all the way down because of the history which is behind that area, and it is this one here. I think you can see now it is starting making, I mean, it is starting to make sense. You see, around this area here, the market touched, and then we had that very huge bullish rejection. Now we have to consider, or let's say if you're looking forward to trade today, you as a, let's say, scalper, or let's say a day trader, at the end you are going to consider around this area where the market is. And of course, around this area, I see a little bit of some potential zones around this area. This one here, a very, very potential zone, because I think you can see clearly. The market once touched, we had that very huge bullish rally, and then it broke that area, it came back to retest, and then we had that. I think you can see how potential this zone is, see? But now at the end, you have to make sure that you deal with this very specific area where the market is. Not only that, but also this area here is like a zone, very, very minor zone, but it can make sense as we go to the lower time frames, because that's where the market is currently. Because the market once touched, we saw that rejection, touch it again, we saw that rejection. There is a very big possibility, not only big possibility, even yesterday we were considering to go long on CPI because the market was somewhere here, you see. So the market rejected, and then now in order for you to trade, you have to reconsider this area here where the market is, this specific area here where the market is. And of course, we are continuing reconsidering these areas where the markets are, because this thing is very volatile. You can't imagine the movement from this zone here up to here. Those are over 1,000 pips. So for someone who is looking for 100 to 200, or let's say 100 to 150 pips, then at the end you have to make sure that you zoom in to the extent that you know exactly what is likely to happen in, let's say, coming 5 minutes, or let's say coming 10 minutes, or let's say coming, let's say 30 minutes or 1 hour. You see, so this is how you can trade gold, by the way. Those stuffs of, let's say, break and retest, they are no working gold. I'm speaking this with experience, because let's say you can think about, let's say the market has broken this, so it has come to resist around this area, and then you enter your buy trades here. Just a week can have over, let's say, 400 or 500 pips. I think you can see just a week has over 500 pips. So at the end, you as a trader, you have to trade depending on the very specific asset. This thing is very volatile, so you must have a strategy that you are using. So generally, the market was trying to push all the way down. Now we have to go to the lower time frames and see exactly what is happening there. So from the daily time frame, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. And on a 4-hour time frame, this is what is going on around this area. I think you can see clearly the market touches on this area. We see that rejection. We see rejection. You see, around this area, we see rejections. Around this area, we saw that rejection. And right now, the market is coming all the way down. I see something around this area. I see something around this area. Now, also take this from me. Every zone that makes sense on gold, it matters. You are likely to get an opportunity on almost all zones that are present on gold. Even if it is a 5-minute zone, it can make sense. See? So for this bullish movement, or for this, let's say, bullish rejection, we saw that the market broke that area, it came back to retest. There is something here as we go to the lower time frames. There is something, and that's where the market is currently here. So for those people who are scalpers, I'm quite very sure there are people who are thinking about buying gold starting from there. See, starting from there. Not only there, we also have this area here. Why did this bearish rally stop starting from this zone or from this area? There might be something maybe in the past around this area or something like that, but the market is stopped it from here, so we are like to see something. So let us go to the lower time frames, because let's say, for example, the movement from here up to here, those are more than 400 pips. And try to imagine, let's say you're someone who is scalping and you're just anticipating to get maybe 100 pips. It's just the movement from here up to here. Or let's say you are looking for 200 pips. It is just the movement from here up to here. And not only that, for those people who are looking for to scalp this, your target is somewhere here. You see? Somewhere there. So looking forward, maybe the market to reject a little bit from here to up to here. Those are 200 pips, and then you're away. You see, those are 200 pips and you're away. Now, how are you going to know exactly that this is the right time for the market to move? You have to consider this bearish movement which is present here. When trading gold, it's like you're a doctor operating. You see, you're like a doctor operating. You have to be very, very keen, because just a single mistake and then you lose. You see, single mistake and then you lose. So now from there, let's go to the 1 hour time frame and consider exactly where the market is. I think you can see clearly the area that I was considering. I think you can see clearly the area that I was considering is a very, very strong area, very, very strong zone, you see. And where am I expecting that the market can reject? I think you can see where the target is around this area, see. So just a very small movement can give you something on gold. Very small movement can give you something on gold. Of course, these are sellers pushing this market all the way down, but from this area, as you go to the lower time frame, specifically starting from 15 minutes to 5 minutes, you have to see something, and this is what you have to see. On a 15 minutes time frame, the market is just somewhere here, and as you can see, it's like this market is consolidating. Of course, yes, bearish, but it does not have that very huge bearish volume. And from this area, the most probable thing which is likely to happen is to see this market pushing all the way upward. See? And now for those people who know how to take advantage of gold, the movement from here up to here, these are over 150 plus pips. You see? Now, what should you see in order for you to initiate your trade? Go straight forward to the 5 minutes time frame. On a 5 minutes time frame, what you have to look for, you have to look for a reversal candlestick, and the market has to confirm. And this is what I'm talking about. Let's say, for example, on this zone here, on this area here, once the market touches on this area, and then you confirm that this is the area where I'm looking for maybe to go short on gold. See, you have to see the market giving you a bearish reversal candle, and then confirm. It is just something like this. Let's say, for example, the market pushed all the way upward here, and then this is bearish engulfing, and the market confirmed that sellers are present. Once the market gives you the premium price, and then you can think about going short. You catch over, let's say, these are over 100 pips pushing all the way down. And then the market came all the way around this area. This is reversal candlestick, it's confirmed. And then the market came all the way upward. It can give you over, let's say, these are over 130 pips. The same. You see, the market came all the way upward. This is bearish engulfing. It confirmed that sellers are present. And then the market can give you over, those are over 100 pips. So that's what you have to see around this zone. Let's say, for example, this it did not engulf, though this shows us that there is bullish momentum around this area, and then at least by that there is a very big possibility of us experiencing something like that. That's how you can deal with